Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby and today we're going to be doing my July TBR as well as my Summerween TBR. And I'm so excited for the month of July because I have a lot going on in the month of July. I'm very excited for all the books I'm going to be reading as well as the Summerween readathon I'm going to be hosting with my friend Olivia. If you don't know anything about what Summerween even is, I will have a link down below with the announcement so you can see all about that. But it's happening in July from the 2nd through the 8th and I am so excited about it. But before we do jump into my TBR, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to Book of the Month for sponsoring today's video. Book of the Month is a super popular and fast-growing online book service for readers. Their mission is to promote new and emerging authors and help readers discover books that they love. Basically how this works is that their team vets the hundreds of different releases that come out every month and they pick the top 5 that they think their readers will be the most interested in. That way you can spend more time reading and less time researching all the new releases. They choose books from a wide variety of genres, so they always have something for everyone. And they are risk-free because you can skip any month with no penalty and no charge, but I guarantee you're not going to want to skip any month because almost every single month they have one of my most anticipated books of the year as one of the 5 selections, and this month is no exception to that. Plus, they have the best price for new hardcover fiction because this month when you use the code gabbyreads, you can get your first book for just $9.99, and that is a brand new hardcover book for only $9.99. Like, that is such a steal. Let's go through the 5 selections for this month. The first one is 56 Days by Catherine Ryan Howard, and this book I freaking screamed when I opened the box and I saw this in there because oh my gosh, this is definitely the one that I would have chosen this month because this is one of my most anticipated thrillers of the year, and this is a thriller that takes place during COVID. Like, this thriller takes place during when the lockdown for COVID starts. How wild is that? Then we have The People We Keep, which, wow, this cover is stunning. This one sounds like it's gonna be like a hard-hitting literary fiction novel. It takes place in New York in 1994. It says, this lyrical, unflinching tale is for anyone who has ever yearned for the fierce power of found family. And then we have Sisters in Arms. This one says, as the first and only all-black battalion of the Women's Army Corps, the legendary 6888, these brave women risked their lives to serve with honor against incredible odds. And then we have We Are the Brennans. This one sounds really interesting because on the inside flap it compares this book to Ask Again Yes, which was one of my favorite Book of the Month selections from a few years ago. It says it explores the staying power of shame and the redemptive power of love in an Irish Catholic family torn apart by secrets. This one also sounds like it's gonna be like a really beautiful, hard-hitting family story. And then lastly we have Razorblade Tears. This is another thriller that I've been super interested in. It says a black father, a white father, 2 dead sons, a quest for revenge and redemption. This one sounds like it's gonna be so good, and I also love this cover. I love the orange and the pink. Oh my goodness. These are the 5 selections for the month of July. Some really great stuff in here and some stuff that I've never heard of that I'm really excited to check out. Please use my code gabbyreads to get your first book for just $9.99, and thanks again so much to Book of the Month for sponsoring today's video. Now on to the rest of the TBR. I'm so excited that 56 Days got selected because I'm pretty sure this book doesn't come out until August, so it's an early release as well. I was actually debating having this book as a pick for my book club in September, so you'll have to let me know your thoughts on that, but I think I'm actually gonna end up posting a poll on my Instagram on the Book Troop's Instagram, and I'm gonna post a poll and ask about like which book you would want for September, but I think this one's gonna be one of the ones that I put in there as a possible choice just because it sounds so interesting and I would love to like discuss this book with everyone and how we feel about COVID already being in books. I just think it would make for a really interesting discussion. But with that being said, I probably won't end up reading this one for a while if it ends up being a September pick, but if something else gets picked, then I might be picking up this in July. And I'm so excited because for the Book Troop, which is my thriller book club if you didn't know, this month, for the month of July, we are reading Survive the Night by Riley Sager, which is not yet in my possession. I have pre-ordered the book and it's on its way to me, but I don't have it physically with me yet. But I'm so excited to be reading this book with you all this month, and I'm going to be joined by my mom and my sister for the live show at the end of July, and I'm so stoked about that. And I just think it's gonna be so fun to have my sister back on the Book Troop live shows and to have my mom on there for the first time because they've both read some Riley Sager now. Like, Rachel has read Home Before Dark and Lock Every Door, and my mom just read Lock Every Door, and she also has Home Before Dark, but she hasn't read it yet. So I'm really excited to have them read the new Riley Sager with me, and I think it'll be a fun time. And then also, if you haven't heard, in the month of August, we are going to be reading The Taking of Jake Livingston, and this is one that I'm really excited about because I think it'll be kind of different for our book club because this one's like a young adult horror and it's queer. This is just going to be a completely different book from all of the other selections that I've had so far, so I'm really excited to read this one. And I'm also so excited to let you know that I will be joined by my friend Myonna over from Myonna Reads for this live show, which I'm so excited about because I've adored Myonna and her channel for quite some time now, and we've gotten really close recently over the last few weeks, so I'm really excited to have her on my channel and to discuss this book. Anyways, on to the Summerween TBR because Summerween is kicking off July 2nd. We are jumping right into Summerween in July, and I have a few books that I would like to read that week. Some of them are for sure happening and some of them are like maybe like happening, like we'll see. So one of the ones that is for sure gonna be happening is The Elementals by Michael Mcdowell, mostly because it got recommended to me so much from you guys when I think it's because this one's like a paranormal is what I think I know. There's like a haunted house in this book and I don't really know anything else about it. I know that this book came out in the 80s, I'm pretty sure, and so it's considered to be quite the horror classic novel, and so I'm definitely excited to check this one out. And then next for sure I'm probably going to be reading Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, and this one is most likely a sure thing because I did get the audiobook checked out from my library, so I have that ready to go so I can also follow along in the audiobook. But this is one that I'm really excited about because I've been wanting to read more of Grady Hendrix's backlist for a while, and I've had this one recommended to me so much, and all I know about it is that it's like a haunted store. It looks like a haunted like IKEA kind of situation, and the actual book looks so cool because it looks like it's kind of like a store catalog. And speaking of Grady Hendrix, I also got the Final Girls support group, and Berkeley was kind enough to send a finished copy to me a little bit early, so I got it in time to read during Summerween, and I'm so excited because, you know, as I said, Grady Hendrix, you know, it's kind of funny too because last Summerween I read My Best Friend's Exorcism for the first time, which was another Grady Hendrix novel, and I feel like Grady Hendrix books are just so perfect to read in the summer. They're like the perfect summer horror books, so I'm so excited that I'm gonna be reading more Grady Hendrix for Summerween. It's just gonna be such a great time. And then the last book that I plan to read for sure for Summerween is Camp Slaughter because this is one that I've heard many good things about, and it's like there's like a cannibal in the woods, and like that's all I really know about it, but it's pretty short from what I understand. I have ordered it and it's on the way to me right now in the mail. This is one that I would really like to read for Summerween just because I feel like it would be perfect for Summerween. It has that summer horror vibes to it. And then some other books that I'm planning, like maybe I'll get to it, but it's okay if I don't. One of the ones I would like to read is Plain Bad Heroines because I've had this book on audio for a really long time from Libro. But the only reason why I hesitate with this one is because this audiobook is long. It's like 19 hours long, and the book itself is like at least 500 pages, so I don't know if it would be very conducive for a readathon, but we'll see if I can get to it. I also do have The Night Sister by Jennifer Mcmahon. This is one that I would love to get to if I have extra time to read during that week. I'm not going to make this one a super priority, but if I do have the time, I would love to read The Night Sister during this readathon. I also do have other like backup books just in case some of these don't work out for me, like The Butterfly Garden is another one that I would really like to get to. Another book that I'm planning to read in the month of July is this book called It Happened One Summer because this is a romance novel that is coming out in the month of July, and it just looks so freaking cute, and it says it's Schitt's Creek inspired, which automatically intrigued me about this because the girl in the book is inspired by Alexis from Schitt's Creek, so she's supposed to give off those vibes. And it also takes place in the Pacific Northwest, like in Washington on an island or something, and so I am really excited to read this book. It sounds like it's going to be right up my alley, and I'm really excited because in the month of July I'm taking my first little vacay since being fully vaccinated. I'm taking a trip back to California to be with some of my cousins and everything, so I'm going to take this book while I'm on my vacation, and I think it's going to be a wonderful time. I also think too, after I come back from my vacation, I don't really have any set in stone plans, but what I would like to do is do a video reading Goblin by Josh Malerman because this book contains 6 short stories in it, and they all take place within the same town called Goblin, and I just think it would make for a really fun reading vlog to do like a reaction to each one of the short stories and just like kind of have a whole reading vlog themed around this. So I might do that at the end of July, or I was thinking I might do a reading vlog for another Stephen King book, Lisey's Story, because this is one that I've been really interested in for a while, and I know that this one actually just got a movie or TV adaptation on Amazon Prime, I think. It's with Julianne Moore just was in an adaptation of this show recently, and so I really want to watch the show, so I feel like maybe I should read this towards the end of July so then I can finally watch the show. But this one is one that I've heard nothing but good things about this one, and I've heard that it's more like a thriller than a horror, so I'm very curious to read this one. So if you've read this one, you'll have to let me know your thoughts, because if you can persuade me to pick it up sooner, then you might be able to do that. Yeah, those are all of my set in stone reading plans for the month of July. I also did want to let you know that in the month of July, on July 10th, I'm going to be doing a live show with Chanel over on Chanel's channel to discuss the book Loveless by Alice Oseman, because for the month of June, this was her book club pick for that month, Loveless, which is like one of my favorite books of all time. So she kindly asked me to be on the live show with her, and I'm going to be on her channel on July 10th. I think it's at 12 p.m. PST and 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's on a Saturday. So yeah, I'll have her channel linked down below if you're interested in watching and joining us. But I am so excited to discuss this book. I think I'm gonna do a quick little like reread or like skim read through some of my favorite parts before the live show, so I don't forget all of the important little details. But I am so excited to discuss this book, and like, if you're participating in Summerween, please let me know. Let me know, what are you planning on reading in Summerween, and what are you planning on reading in the month of July? What are some new releases that you're looking forward to? And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye.
What are we fighting for? I can't do this no more.